About 4 years ago, we went to see our grandma in Champaign, Illinois, just like we had done every vacation since we were born. It was fun. We ate out of her cookie jar and in her fridge, and then went and played in the park, just like normal.
But the thing is, this trip was not normal. She slept all day this time, and she hardly ever talked to us. It was clear to all of us she wasn't doing very well. She had Alzheimer's. My parents tried everything to make her stay in her house, and she didn't want to go anywhere else. But the people my mom and dad were hired were unreliable and always wouldn't show up. So, and care homes in Illinois had waiting lists that were years long, or just really horrible. And Virginia options near our house were no better.
So we decided something had to be done. We turned our lower level rec room, a walkout basement overlooking a swimming pool and woods where dog walkers come by, into her new home, so Grandma came to live with us.
The first Christmas was cool. It was a real family Christmas. Grandma loved Christmas. It was her everything. She helped decorate the tree, went to our school Christmas pageant, and she even liked Mom's cooking for once, which is actually pretty great. But Grandma loved to criticize a lot of the things my mom did.
On New Year's Eve, for no reason, she went upstairs to my parents' bedroom and parked herself in front of the television. We sat down next to her. She was smoking, using the soap dish as an ashtray, drinking Diet Coke, and eating cookies. In the end, those things, plus her dog, were her most precious things. Diet Coke, cigarettes, and cookies. We still have her dog.
Before Grandma, we always used to have friends over. We always used to have lots of food in the house, and Mom was a bit more relaxed than all the other moms. We used to invite friends over a lot. But it was the designated fun house.
She would come upstairs and lie on the couch and smoke and swear. She would poke through any of the food we had in the kitchen or the pizza we were currently eating at the moment. It wasn't good. We had to throw loads of food away. She even washed her hair in the kitchen sink while we had company. Soon our friends stopped coming over.
Grandma was pretty aggressive with Mom. She would yell and swear at Mom a lot. She started swearing and shouting even more with Alzheimer's.
She liked us though, so it was easier for us to take down her dinner in the evening. One of us would take her dinner down, and then the other one would take her medicine down to her.
We had to learn how to get her to take her medicine. We would say, "Here's your dinner, Grandma. It's your favorite. It's chicken. But first, you have to take your medicine."
We would spend time with her in the evening, but she normally didn't want to talk much.
It was quite boring, but I think she liked it. We would go down and do our homework with her, just so she would have us near her. Charlie started to draw.
Then the disturbances started. They were mostly at night. She slept all day for the most part.
The first night it happened, it was kind of exciting, being up past her bedtime during the week, like an adventure. It was a new experience for us. And the next day was school, and we were tired, but it was okay.
But then it started happening 2, 3, or 4 times a week. Mom would go down first usually, then me, then AJ, and then our dad if it got serious. He's the grouchiest of all of us in the middle of the night. It took ages to calm her down.
But sometimes it would take 15 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, and sometimes we would be awake all night. It was erratic, random, and unscheduled. When we went to bed at night, we didn't know whether tonight would be peaceful or not.
It also got a bit scary. She would scream for help all night. She would break things. She would take out knives even though we had hidden all the knives. She would slam cabinets. One night, we found the stove turned on and she had put a pile of flammable objects on the stove.
She didn't have a routine. Everything was very random. It was like taking care of an angry toddler. Sometimes she would forget who Mom was, who Charlie was, who I was.
Sometimes she would walk upstairs and forget how to walk back down the stairs. Sometimes she would lay on the floor screaming. Sometimes she would forget how to walk to a place. Sometimes she would forget how to stand up.
Sometimes she would ask where her mom is, or her dad. What do you say to your grandmother when she asks where her mom is?
Sometimes it made me a bit angry, because I was tired a lot. I don't like being angry.
Sometimes I wish we didn't have her with us, but then I thought about the options. It felt a little mean. If it were me being cared for, it would be tough on my family, but they would learn about life, see the progression. It's better to have caring family members around you, good food, your dog, and no strict rules like you have in a nursing home.
It wasn't easy, and school didn't make it easier, even though they probably could have.
I tried to keep it a secret at school at first. I didn't know how to approach it. It did affect my grades, and I needed a tutor and extra lessons for a bit. I got more aggravated than usual, although I'm very positive. We didn't know how long she would be with us.
There was a teacher at our school whose wife had Huntington's disease. He understood us, along with another kid whose grandma also had Alzheimer's. Our friends and family were really supportive, but that was it. At school, they said it was a you problem. Their problem was your grades and sports, but not stuff like this. No allowances were made, no help or support was given, nothing. When she died, we got lots of help from friends and family. School was sympathetic when she died. I think they understand that moment, the week when someone dies, but they didn't understand for the 2 whole years that we were caring for her.
The first few days after she died were sad, but then she was done suffering. Like Charlie said, there's a little bit of happiness because for the last 6 months, she wasn't living, she was suffering. I think I'm stronger now. Little things don't get to me anymore, like if I couldn't get a game or whatever as I wanted. I think it's a plus. I can be there for other kids.
At least we managed it and learned from it. Other caregivers have it much worse than us.
Somebody asked me, is it fair that this happened to us? It can happen to anyone. It's better that it happened now, rather than in high school, when our grades and social life really started to matter. It will not stop us from being kids again and doing good in life. It taught me to have empathy. You don't know what other people are going through.
There are over 1.4 million documented kids in the United States currently caring for a family member. Now, no one knows what the current number is, but what we do know is that most of them are not like us. We're the lucky ones. We learn about caring for people early, about the importance of life, about the dependence that people have on each other. Sure, our social lives might have suffered, our grades might have been B's instead of A's. I got angry sometimes, we both were sad and tired a lot, but when we look at it, we had it pretty good. So when school said it was a you problem, there's quite a lot of us to be able to deal with it. Here are the 11 reasons why we had it easier compared to most child caregivers out there. Our grandma, quote unquote, only had Alzheimer's. There are other diseases that could be considered even worse out there, such as cancer, PTSD, multiple sclerosis, HIV, Huntington's disease, that kids are currently caring for right now.
It was our grandma who needed help, not our mom or dad.
AJ and I have both parents living at home together.
Both our parents are working.
Grandma wasn't the breadwinner in the family. We were okay for money. We didn't have to worry about buying the food or the medicines that we took down to her every night. We also didn't have to worry about doing the things such as cooking or helping with personal hygiene. But we still saw some things that kids probably shouldn't have to see.
Sure, we gave up our awesome rec room, but at least she had a place to live and some privacy. She came upstairs and messed with our lives and our friends' lives by smoking and swearing and poking her fingers in our food. But at least we had our own bedrooms and bathroom.
We had Maria, our nanny, who helped Grandma in the afternoons if she woke up then.
We are young kids. We're not taking life-defining college entrance exams.
There's 2 of us.
And Charlie's drawing really started to take off.
Lastly, we have the chance to be kids again. Some kids don't.
When we look at that list, we think we are really lucky.
Now imagine if we had been a little older, like in high school, having to earn money, do school, and care for someone. All of it.
Because there are kids out there like that.
And their schools are probably also only understanding when someone dies.
We are only kids, but the grown-ups need to figure out how to help the kid caretakers.
By that we mean people in government, state officials, medical institutions, school system, teacher. We all need to figure out how to help the kid caregivers out there. How is it different from Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or planting a garden or assisting with the Special Olympics? Surely, kid caregivers out there learn just as many life skills, unseen and unrecognized, as in doing those things.
We don't understand the details of how to do that. We have some ideas, but we are kids. That's not our job. That's your job, the grown-ups in schools, universities, and state governments.
So please, do your job, support and recognize the kid caregivers out there. Thank you.